Hi and welcome. This is Lucas Katsaros, and I am in Sakilda in Melbourne Conservatory. So, what am I doing here? It's a very, very good question. What I'm doing here is I am smelling the green stuff, that green stuff, not the other green stuff. I am feeling all the beautiful life that is around me. There's not much 5G in this place. There's no coronavirus, or maybe there is. I don't know. God knows what's going on in here. There is not much hate. There's no much fear. There's no much. There's not many worries in this place. In this place, you're just enjoying nature, and I want to take you through this nature because this nature, although this nature is man-made, as you can see, still is an amazing layout. So what I do is I come here times like now where we are experiencing extreme pressure. And this pressure is not our pressure, this being applied to us. So every time I experience pressure, I take the pressure away from myself by spending time in nature. I'm not a person who loves nature. Let me say that again. I have never been a person who loves nature. I grew up in a city, in Athens, and I grew up in a big city. And I always lived in the city, except when I was 15 years old, where we moved to a very nice place in Greece when I was still young. And I've loved that place where we went. We went from in the center of city of Athens to a different place, which is 50 kilometers northeast of Athens, by the beach. They had mountains, they had forests, they had everything. Of course, there was nothing much to do there, so I deviated a little bit from my truth, but nevertheless, it had some nature. So that was the first time I experienced nature, really. Other than that, some holidays when I was young. So what I do here is, number one is look at that. I'm hearing the water. So that water cleans my body, cleans my emotions, because water has the ability to clean your emotions. Water has the ability to give you life. So it's oxygen, right? And that's why I'm here. Yeah, oxygen. So the water we're hearing clears your emotions. The oxygen that I'm receiving, it actually heals my lungs. And what is this coronavirus does? Attacks your immune system and especially your lungs. So people with lung problems, they will have some issues with this so-called virus. So what I do, I come to a place like this. Before those viruses and everything else, I was going to the jungle, and I was moving my body into different ways. So you see, it's not just enough to go into nature and stay with nature and just enjoy yourself. You just need to start doing things. And one of the things which I love doing is moving my body. So in a place like this, where there is plenty of oxygen and we don't get attacked by anything, we are going to enjoy a little bit more of ourselves being part of nature. So when it comes to nature, what nature does, moves a little bit, right? Goes up and down. It allows the wind to take it left and right. What do? Do we do the same thing? No. We move away from the movement. We sit down on our bottoms and we enjoy what we're enjoying our whatever, our coffee, our conversation, our discussions, and everything else. You see, we have this ability. Unfortunately, though, when it comes to scenarios like this, especially now that we have this coronavirus, what we need to do is we need to get out of our comfort zone, out of our physical conditioning and mental conditioning and what we've been told that we should be doing, and we start doing other things. So, we have to adapt in a few words. So how do you adapt? What's your method of adaptation? What do you do to adapt to different situations? Like, for instance, for myself, I feel that this is a very good way of adapting into the situation and scenarios that we're experiencing. So they want me to stay indoors. Well, that's indoors, isn't it? It's a glass house, pretty much. So this is a way of experiencing something beautiful, something magical in these moments of crisis and confusion. So start wondering, what do you do to take your mind away from crisis? What do you do to take your mind away from the media? Because the media will kill you. And I've seen it over and over again. The media giving the wrong information because they have no idea. The media has no idea. They're not experts. They're not doctors. They've got nothing. And some of the people that they're interviewing, they're just pathetic. And I'm not an expert. I have to say that. I'm not an expert. I don't play that I am an expert. I will never say that I know what's going on. I just have my own opinion, and my humble opinion, which has been accustomed and collected from different avenues and different places and different websites and different people, some scientists, some non-scientists, and everything comes down to one specific thing. We, as human beings, have been very well conditioned to believe that a system, any system, it can be a system that is called family, where you have a father, a mother, and the kids. It can be a system that's called a doctor, a medical practice. That's a different system, right? Where you have the doctor, you have the secretary, and you have the patients, right? So when we're having these different systems and different organizations, we as human beings adapt to those organizations. Now the thing is that we have to stop doing those adaptations towards those organizations. We have to start doing adaptations towards our lives, towards nature, because this is the truth. Isn't it? These organizations come and go. 100 years ago, 100 years ago, there was no such a thing as COVID-19, or there was no such a thing as 5G. It was more pure, right? So we are heading somewhere. We're going somewhere. The humanity is being pushed to go in different places. Humanity is being pushed to experience a different reality. Okay? And you are witnessing this absolutely right now. So what do you do to adapt? Now, think of this. This is a beautiful body, right? This is a beautiful, strong, powerful body. So is yours, hopefully. If it's not, then start doing something about it, right? So exercising should be a priority. There's no discussion. Exercise and good food. These two things must go hand in hand. And that's what I've been saying over the years now. But what do you really do to start adapting to this new scenario? It is not easy to adapt. You can listen from different doctors, different scientists, different politicians, different university professors, right? But they know things, apparently. And of course, we have to pay attention to what these people are following, what's their own agenda, and how they do things, and how they're moving forward in their own lives. So, how do you adapt? What is your method? I come here in nature. I spend time with nature. I touch the leaves of these beautiful trees, just with a beautiful, beautiful, nice, soft way, and I give my love. I give my love to nature because I am part of nature. And the more I give love to nature, the more nature will give love back to me. And it's not a humble request. I demand that. It's my demand. I demand to nature to look after me because I look after nature. So, when the tree stays on its own, demands the respect of the sun, isn't it? Because without it, there will be no tree. So the tree demands, it says, listen, look after me. Give me your beautiful vitamin. Vitamins. Help me go through my own life, my own experience as a tree. So there is a beautiful connection between a tree and the sun, right? The tree demands, expects. So am I. I expect and I demand. Since I'm having this realization, this 3D realization, not only to be looked after by nature, but also to be looked after by higher forces. Whatever forces are there, whatever forces you're gonna call them, I don't know. I don't haven't seen many things, maybe, or maybe I have seen. No matter what I've seen, what I have gone through, that's my own journey. But if you want to have your own journey, proper journey, start and experiencing what is called nature and demand. Demand. Did I say that I said that again? Demand. Demand to experience what is the truth about you. What is the truth about you? What is it? What is your truth? Demand from nature and from yourself greatness. Demand to be looked after. The way a father and mother are supposed to look after a child. Be looked after by nature by asking it. Ask, and you shall receive. No asking, no receiving. No love, what are you going to do in life? How are you going to live? So these places help me, and this amazing place, right? These places help me get my clarity. Right now, as I speak, I feel this bubble, this amazing bubble into my head, this beautiful oxygen going around my body. I feel nature looking after me. My request, my demand to nature is being heard. And right now, I'm receiving my healing. I'm staying away from everything, pretty much. No 5G here, as I said. God knows what's going on. I'm not gonna play it that I know shit. I don't. I have my own realization, and I'm not happy with what's going on. So, me as a human being, more than anything else, I'm a human being. I expect other human beings to raise and to become more powerful and more strong and more happy and more amazing and to demand more things from their lives. Demand, expect. Now don't sit back on your asses and do nothing. This is where I've been heading all this time. Don't sit back and do nothing because nothing will happen. Isn't obvious? And maybe some people want you to be locked, isolated, totally away from nature, totally away from your life, your real life, not the life that you've been, locked in a little space. So what do you do to demand your own right to live as a proper, as a strong human being? What do you do? Think about it. Do you go close to nature? Do you exercise? To give love to yourself and to others? And everything starts from self-love to begin with. So do you give enough love to yourself? Do you know how to give love to yourself? Have you given love to yourself? And what do you do to constantly give love to yourself? What do you need from yourself to give love to yourself to begin with? Not the selfish love. There's different types of love, right? Don't be selfish. Don't just ask things for yourself. Always ask things for yourself to serve others. Or ask things for others to actually be served by other things. You don't have to actually have this significant kind of behavior and say, you know what, I can do this. I'm so powerful and so strong, so smart. So when it comes to all these different beautiful things, just keep in mind that there is only one way to go about it. and that is to demand, to expect, and ask for your life to be honored. That's what you do. That's what I do. I demand from nature to look after me because I look after nature. I demand from the higher source, whatever you want to call it, God, spirits, whatever that is, I demand to look after me because I am here and I have a purpose and I have a reason why I'm here. So, how do you, cosmos, universe, look after me? And don't worry about the organizations again, right? Don't worry about those little places that they are doing things, like little governments dictating how you will live your life. And little doctors, they have no really any idea what's going on to tell you how you should be living your life. Demand to live a life that it is, according to me, a life worth living. Demand, expect, and ask. Get things that are happening from within your heart and your body, and this is the first contact point. Your body, your organs, your heart. It's wise enough. You have all the information that you need. You're gonna learn everything you need to learn from within, and then the outside will help. So, what do you do? What do you do to provide your life with all these beautiful expectations? And there's nothing wrong to expect things. There's nothing wrong to ask for things. We've been always told to stay humble and just don't do many things. Just take some action when there is necessary, when it's necessary, but don't do more. Just do enough and just look after everybody and do the right thing. Who dictates what the right thing is? Who? The organizations. Those people, the ones I was talking about. So if they demand for you to live a life according to their rules, then what are your rules? What are you here to do? And how are you honoring your life? I mean, there's so many different things which you need to start worrying about in many ways. But of course, worrying is not the right word. As I say, there's many things that you're supposed to pay close attention and don't be naive. That's a better way of saying stupid, because I've been stupid, and I've been naive and stupid for many years, and slowly I'm waking up, slowly, and this time around life is moving towards a different perspective. So therefore, we have to change. We have to find different ways to do life. But everything starts from your own right to live a life worth living. And there's no such a thing as I take it easy. There is no such a thing as I will be locked in a house. There is no such a thing as I will obey, because obedience is for slaves, and I'm not a slave. I don't know about you, but last time I checked, I was free. Or that's what I was thinking. I was thinking I'm free. Of course, things have changed, and I don't see myself as free anymore. And I don't think I have been free for many years, even from the day before I was even born. Everything that has happened to our lives has happened through a specific scenarios that have been set for us. So where is the freedom? Anyway, that's a different story altogether. Freedom is a very big topic. But today's message for all of you is you have a right to live a free life, and you have the right to understand what is your rights and what you're supposed to be doing, and you have to demand from up above, but with love, right? Demand, ask in a nice way, from up above, from nature, from me, from everyone around us, to look after you. You ask, and you shall receive. Yeah, that's the one. Well, it was Lucas Katsaros. It is Lucas Katsaros. It will always be Lucas Katsaros, no matter what happens. Here in Sakilda, in this beautiful conservatory, it has been always a pleasure to be around nature and to be around you guys. And times like now, it's very important to stay connected. Lucas Katsaros from New Life Whisperer. Thanks. Bye.